If you're looking for a simple smartphone with no contracts, no monthly bills, and a full year of service included, this is the TracFone BLU View 5 Pro. This phone has a 6.75-inch display, 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of storage, and I paid $119 total with 1 year of service. In this review, I'll break down what you actually get with this phone and who it's for and who should avoid it. The biggest selling point of this phone is the value. I paid $119, and that includes the phone and 1 full year of TracFone service. There are no contracts, no credit checks, and no monthly bills. If you break it down, that's roughly $10 a month for both service and a smartphone, which is why this phone appeals to budget buyers and people who just want something simple. This phone is clearly designed for basic users, seniors, kids, backup phones, or anyone who doesn't want to deal with complicated plans or expensive monthly bills. If you mostly use your phone for calls, text, light browsing, and a few apps, this phone makes sense. If you're a power user, gamer, or a heavy multitasker, this is not the phone for you. The BLU View 5 Pro features a large 6.75-inch HD Plus display, which is one of the biggest strengths. The resolution is 720 by 1600, so it's not the sharpest screen out there, but it's perfectly usable for texting, browsing, and watching videos. It also has a 90 Hz refresh rate, which makes scrolling feel smoother than you'd expect at this price. The phone itself has a plastic build, nothing premium, but it feels solid and lightweight enough for everyday use. Performance is handled by MediaTek Helio G36 processor. Paired with 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage, you can expand the storage with a micro SD card, which is great for photos and apps. In real-world use, the phone handles basic tasks like calls, texting, YouTube, web browsing, and social media just fine. You will notice some slowdown when opening apps and switching between them, but for basic everyday use, it's completely usable. This is not a fast phone, but it's not meant to be. Battery life is another strong point. The phone has a 50-50 milliamp hour battery, which is large for a budget device. With light to moderate use, you can easily get a full day and often more than a day on a single charge. If you don't want to worry about charging your phone constantly, this is a big plus. The camera setup is basic but better than expected for this price. On the back, you get a 50 megapixel main camera along with a 5 megapixel secondary sensor and a 2 megapixel macro lens. On the front, there's an 8 megapixel selfie camera. In good lighting, photos look decent and usable. In low light, quality drops off, which is pretty normal for a budget phone. This camera is fine for casual photos, but it is not meant for serious photography. Because this is a TracFone device, there are some limitations. The phone is locked to TracFone and it's designed for light use. Data usage depends on your plan, so the phone works best for people who are often on Wi-Fi. If you understand those limitations going on, there are no surprises. Now let's go over the pros and cons with this phone. First, the pros. 1 year of service included, no contracts or monthly bills, large 6.75-inch screen, long battery life, and expandable storage. Now the cons: slower performance, basic camera, not for heavy app users. The biggest pro is the price and the simplicity. The biggest con is performance. As long as you know what you're buying, it's fair. Alright, so here's the final verdict, guys. Overall, the TracFone BLU View 5 Pro is a solid choice if you want a simple, affordable smartphone with no contracts and a full year of service included. You're not getting premium performance or cameras, but you are getting a big screen, long battery life, and peace of mind. For the right person, this phone does make a lot of sense. So the big question is, does the TracFone BLU View 5 Pro still make sense in 2026? For basic users, the answer is yes, because the price hasn't changed much, Android 14 is still current, and the battery life holds up. But if you plan on keeping this phone for several years, performance may start to feel slower over time. This phone you buy for simplicity, not longevity. Let's go over some commonly asked questions. Is this phone good for kids and seniors? Yes. The BLU View 5 Pro is very user-friendly. The menus are simple, the icons are clear, and there aren't a lot of confusing features. For seniors or kids, that's a huge benefit because they can pick it up and start using it immediately without frustration. Plus, it's a budget-friendly device, so if it gets lost, dropped, or even broken, it's not going to break the bank. You can replace it or have it repaired quickly and cheaply without worrying about expensive repairs or losing a costly device. And because it's simple, you won't find yourself troubleshooting complicated settings. It's designed to work just fine. Is a year of service enough for most people? For most users, yes. If you're not constantly streaming videos, gaming, or sending hundreds of texts every day, the included TracFone service is more than generous. You'll have plenty of talk, text, and data for regular daily use, checking email, calling friends, texting family, and browsing online. And if you find yourself needing a little extra, TracFone makes it easy to add more minutes, text, or data. You can do it online at their website or simply pick up a refill card at your local store. That's flexibility. And it's perfect for families or seniors who don't want to be locked into rigid plans. Why does this matter? Think about it. A phone for kids or seniors isn't just about the device itself. It's about peace of mind. You want something that's easy to use, reliable, and inexpensive to replace if something happens. That way, you don't have to worry every time the phone gets dropped or lost. And the 1-year service included with the phone means you don't have to worry about monthly bills, hidden fees, or surprise charges. For people who want simple, no-hassle experiences, this phone really checks all the boxes. Just so that we're clear, I did not get any type of incentive from TracFone to do this review, and I paid out of my own money for this phone. I needed a backup phone, and I felt like this was the perfect backup secondary phone to have. So what I did was I bought mine on eBay, and you could probably also buy this on the TracFone site, but my phone on eBay came with a car charger, and it also came with this really cool case. Now, there are a lot of cool colors that you can choose from, and I'm going to show you on their website the other colors that you can get. Alright, so that's going to do it for the review today. If you have any comments or questions, just go ahead and let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching.